to offer you this lesson from Unity of the Keys Spiritual Center.
In Unity, we read the Bible with a metaphorical mind. That means that each place, each character, each story, each situation can give us clues about our own self, about our own spiritual awakening, because they represent, every single thing actually represents or represents parts of ourselves. Jesus said, "You are the light of the world." He did not say, "You're sort of kind of like the light of the world. You have some things in common with the light of the world." He said, "You are the light of the world. Don't put a bushel over your light. Don't hide it. Shine it so bright that your light can be seen by the angels in heaven." Can you feel that? You have to enter into the story. You have to make it come alive in the depth of your being. You have to be the light of the world. The Sea of Galilee is a significant metaphor that I want to explore today. It's a place where many important events happened in the ministry of Jesus Christ. It's the place where Jesus called home. It's metaphysically representing a state of uplifted consciousness that comes from diligent spiritual discipline and mental stability. The miracle of feeding 5,000 people with just a few loaves and fishes occurred on the banks of the Sea of Galilee. And it is the place where Jesus met his friends after the resurrection. So it's a center of great power, metaphorically. Sea symbolizes universal substance. It's that place of pure potential. Water is us. A lot of us is water. And water is also the substance that native people call first medicine. Galilee, say that word, Galilee, just the word itself kind of sounds like what it means. Galilee means a circle, a circuit, rolling energy, a wheel of light. It's what Jesus called the kingdom of the heavens. So the Sea of Galilee is a metaphor for energy. It's what the Taoists call qi, the yogis call kundalini shakti, and the Aboriginal people call noom. It's the energy medicine that is the core of all healing modalities. We are swimming in the Sea of Galilee, a sea of vital energy, and when we awaken to the pure potential of spiritual energy, all things are possible. Swami Muktananda once said this: "This divine power that creates the universe, that sets the wheels of energy into motion, dwells within you. Yet you're unacquainted with her, even though your worth is great. And we are all divine beings. We don't experience our divinity. We don't realize our true value. As long as your Shakti remains dormant, as long as we do not directly experience her energy, we shall not overcome our suffering. What must occur is self-recognition. Kundalini Shakti, or Chi, or Noom, or the Christ of our being, creator of the universe and the human body, dwells within us, and it's our important duty to activate her. So our job in this lifetime is to awaken our vital energy. And in order to do that, we have to practice internally and externally. It's difficult to judge by appearances on the spiritual path. Have you noticed? Someone can appear to be very devoted and go to church every day of their lives, but they gain very little because all they're doing is just sitting there, going through the motions, right? We have to learn to open to the energy, to tune to the higher vibration every day of our lives. When we come together like this and intentionally attune to God, it's easier. We lose it quickly, sometimes even just stepping out of the church into the car. On the other hand, a person may not appear to be very spiritual or religious or look like someone who is spiritual should look to you, but they never stop doing their practice. And it's a very deep and sustained state that they've attained. What we do with our own mind, heart, and energy, like conscious breathing or affirmative prayer or positive thinking, or simply keeping our focus on patience and kindness and acceptance, is the reason we're here. That's the key to waking up. There are so many ways to practice being woke. Anywhere, anytime, we can think good thoughts. We can take 3 deep breaths. We can send out love and blessings. Just carrying within you a reminder. And the brain scientists tell us it's a 5-second window. Actually, a 5-second window. I was just listening to this brain scientist the other day talk about how the ego is so quick. The triggers are so fast that really you have a 5-second window to change your mind. You have a 5-second window to focus yourself on the path that you would like, instead of your habitual fears, your habitual ways of shooting yourself in the hip. So just training yourself to say something as simple as Om Shanti, God's peace, or Shalom, or simply love when you feel fear, can transform your life and your brain and your body and your energy, because it's all one. What is energy medicine? The ancient shamans in China taught that the greatest medicine has 3 qualities: Shen, Qi, and Jing. Actually, the Chinese character for medicine, Yao, is composed of a radical, meaning herbs on the top, and then music and joy at the bottom. The ancient sages spoke of music as an analogy for universal energy. In some stories in the Hindu tradition, the universe came into being through sound, through song. In the beginning was Om. So the Yao symbol reveals that the ancient shamans understood that energy created by resounding ourselves in harmony with the universe is original medicine. Let me say that again. Energy created by resonating in harmony with the universe is medicine. It's energy medicine. It's the original medicine. Jing represents our physical life, our life energy that's carried in our cells, our bodies, our atoms, our brains, our memories. Qi is our vital energy, our breath, our capacity for walking in balance in this life, our ability to accord and be in harmony with life. Shen is our spiritual energy. It's linked to our overall state of consciousness, our connection with God, our connection with joy, our ability for harmonic resonance where the true lasting healing can occur. So our best medicine, energy medicine, must have these qualities. And these qualities are life energy, our ability for harmony and expressing light and love and joy, can be strengthened and can be cultivated and can be contained and expressed and amplified through so many forms, through yoga in all of its forms, through the postures, through the breathing practices, through Qigong. And there's lots of scientific evidence now to prove this if you have any doubt. There's music healing through sacred sounds and words of power and mantras and melodies that the ancient sages have produced to bring you into different states of healing. I remember one time I was traveling with my teacher and someone was very sick and she said, "Chant this." And it was this mantra, and I know Catherine knows it. It's Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandim Pushtivardhanam Orva Rukamiva Bandhanan Mritchor Mukshiyam Amritat. Repeat that with me. Oh, sure. Yeah, so it's this, Sanskrit ancient melody and words that affirm at a very deep level, that just, like the cucumber falls from the tree, disease falls off of me, right? And it's beautiful. So they have a gazillion of these in the Eastern tradition. Their imagery, is so simple, and sometimes people mistake them. When I was in ministerial school, I used to laugh so hard I would fall off of my chair at the translations that people actually thought these things meant. Because we only can translate at the level of awareness we're at. So if you try to translate like the Bible literally, what are you going to get? Maybe a moral teaching, maybe slavery. I mean, it's really difficult to translate anything from a literal reality and get a spiritual uplift. And it's the same with anything. In my experience at Naropa with Buddhist scripture, the people that took that literally, I would be floored by them. I really don't think it was meant to be like that. There's a symbol there, and it's the same with the Sanskrit mantras, and the Sanskrit scriptures. Oh my goodness, there's many different translations for their scriptures as there are for ours. But beyond the words, there is the melody. Beyond the words, there is the vibration. And, you can shave your hair, stand on your head, take ayahuasca in the jungle, whirl and dance until you drop, but it's not going to give you anything sustained until you actually have a direct experience of your own true nature. There's a famous story about the Buddha sitting under a tree on the banks of a river. And he was practicing these really severe austerities like people do because we want to get it. We want to get it fast, so we want to do all these things. And a group of singers passed him by as he was suffering with hunger. And he was really trying very hard to wake up. And the singers were singing this song. Oh, musician, don't tighten the string on your instrument too tight or it'll break. Don't leave it too loose or it won't produce any music. And the Buddha had an epiphany. Not too tight, not too loose. He realized that extreme hardship, trying too hard, being too tight on the spiritual path will only set you back. And being a complete slacker, too loose, won't be beneficial either. So not too tight, not too loose. Moderation is the key to spiritual awakening and spiritual progress. And we say meditation, unity, these universal teachings is the middle path. Sometimes I read things, even the Course in Miracles, sometimes I read it and I go, this is unity made difficult, and it because it's for a lot of it, the mind. I really think a lot of scripture, a lot of teachings, a lot of, I heard Sadhguru say the other day, you have to be really careful what you say, because when you quote scripture, then people will produce 25 books to explain what it means. So really what we're searching for is, the mind to stop, and that experience of stillness so we can hear God's thoughts, so we can experience that still small voice. And whatever path it takes is fine, but avoid all extremes. Energy is omnipresent in the quantum field of life. Conscious energy, focused awareness is what moves you. You wouldn't be able to lift your arm without it. It's the simplest thing. This body is concentrated energy. This body is Jing Qi Shen. It is physical, like water is ice. It is fluid, like water, in its purest state. And it is also breath, qi. You wouldn't be alive without air. And that's energy. And it doesn't just come in your lungs. It comes in every cell. You're constantly breathing through your skin, your largest organ. You are not disconnected from this universe of energy. You are energy. And this energy that is you has fluidity. It has a apparent solidity because you think of your body as solid, even though it's constantly changing. Cells are dying, cells are being reborn. Your brain, I think the greatest research on the lack of solidity of your body is the functional MRI. If we hooked everybody up to a functional MRI right now, we would see what their brain was doing in real time, and we would see that it is constantly changing with every thought and every experience. It's being rewired. Some brain cells are dying, some are being reborn. And if we were in a traumatic experience together, our brains would look like Swiss cheese. But the healthiest of us, in 24 hours, our brains would be back to normal. But when you have a dis-ease, it takes longer. And sometimes the medical model proves to us that we have this disease and we think it's permanent. And it is never. There is nothing permanent. The only thing we can say about life is impermanence. And that goes for us. You and I are awakening the Christ energy that is within us right now. This is the Sea of Galilee dimension beyond intellect, beyond judgment, beyond karma, beyond separation and divisions of every kind. This is the intelligence of existence itself, a place in which life is always happening, always being born again. So I'd like to close with a simple practice that I'd like to give you to work with this week. So this is amazing, isn't it? Let's use the rain. So this is just a very brief meditation. I'd like you to close your eyes and attune to the energy of the rain. Be still and listen to the rain. And imagine the rain, this incredible purifying energy, is showering you, purifying you, releasing from you anything that no longer serves you, washing you clean. And imagine also that there's this energy at the base of your spine that is whirling and it's alive. And this energy is just full of life. It's God's energy, and it's omnipotent, and it's all-powerful, and it's whirling and expanding like a spiral up your spine, into your belly, up, 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 whirling and expanding your energy field into your heart, into your throat, all the way into all your internal organs, up into your head. It's bursting out of your eyes. It's bursting out of that space between your eyes. And it's bursting up through you like the blowhole in a dolphin. You are a whirling, twirling energy being. You are luminous. You are the light of the world. Softly affirm with me now, I am as God created me. I am as God created me. I am the light of the world. I am energy. I am alive with God life. I am the light of the world. That's good medicine. Thank you.